Shaun, we're over in Hungary for our second consecutive year, pre-season camp, and what was it about this facility that really enticed you to want to come back here again?
Just really is everything I want and everything we need really for the week that we're in pre-season. I think with the rooms being on site, the ability to just walk from your room onto the pitch or walk from your room to the gym, it's difficult to find. Also the staff here, I really like the federation staff, how they treat us. I like that there's other teams here in terms of the Hungarian national teams, whether I think it's handball at the moment, we've had fencing, hockey previously. I like the atmosphere. And then obviously the facilities, the gym's excellent, the pool's excellent, and the pitches. Yeah, everything that we need really. I really like coming here.
Can you just explain the sort of work that you put the lad through this week? Is it a mix of the hard yards but also the work?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's been difficult. I think yesterday in particular was extremely hard for the players. But yeah, within that there's different sessions where we can do more tactical work. Because of the weather, we can really spend a lot of time on the pitch, even if the physicality is not really high. We can actually go through how we want to do certain things. That does help as well. There's no time constraints or weather issues, so that's been a big positive. It's been hard for the players, but that's also where we are in the season. We need to build a certain base, and we also need to get better at things with the ball, and definitely without it. We want to be more aggressive, but to do that's not easy, and that's why we have to work on it.
We talk a lot about the DNA of this club, and do these sort of weeks away where you're with the players every day for a sustained period of time, the double sessions, does it give you real time to instill that philosophy with potentially some of the new lads?
Yeah, I hope so. I think there'll definitely be meetings now in the last few days of certain things that we'll need during the season, and not football-wise, really the mentality and culture of the group, so we can try and sort of start that. I don't think these types of things, in terms of the culture, real culture of the team, they start here. It can't just be one session here or two sessions. Yeah, that will evolve through the season. So yeah, we'll go through that these next sort of 2 or 3 days. Also, the players get to spend more time with each other, so hopefully there's relationships built there. Also staff, well, I'm sure we'll go into it, but there's new staff from the medical team through the coaching team. So getting to know each other on that side definitely helps, yeah.
How have the new lads settled in?
Yeah, really well. It's been really easy, I think, for Dion and Michael. I think they knew some of our players before. I know they knew Cess previously, and Cess now taking sort of one of those leadership roles, so that's been really easy for those two. Calvin's slightly different, but actually Calvin's personality has made it simple for him to sort of become part of the group. Yeah, really, really good kids, outgoing. So yeah, they've settled in fine, I think. And look, when you work as hard as they've been doing, it does actually bring them together. They need each other, because there's been sessions that have been very tough for different reasons. Some players are very, very good at long distance or the longer term running. Others are much better at the shorter stuff. So there's definitely been moments they need each other to drag each other through. And I liked what I saw yesterday, and it had nothing to do with the ball. It was all about the mentality. So yeah, three new ones. They've settled in pretty well, yeah.
I know you said a few weeks ago, in an ideal world, you would like majority of business to be done before this trip. That's not been the case, but have you had to be a little bit more patient given the market nowadays?
I think maybe the staff might say different. I hope it. I think I understand the situation. I think we're at the end of last season. The big push for all of us, myself, Gregor, Stevie, or Stephen Gormel, was to try and get that 90% of the squad, which would leave us 1 or 2 players to get in the last 4 weeks. It's been, but it's. I understand the situation. I have empathy around that. I think it's not through a lack of trying. I know Gregor's working extremely hard. So Stephen, the ownership again have been brilliant. We've had Lucas out these first 3-4 days, and Ben and Mr. Danson himself. They're extremely supportive. Yeah, we just have to keep pushing the players here. and then pushing the staff to sort of build that squad. But yeah, I understand the situation. The lads are working extremely hard. I think I'm patient. They might say different.
You mentioned earlier about new faces. There are plenty of new faces on your coaching team as well. You want to just talk a little bit about how certainly Tom and Shadab have settled in?
Yeah, they've been brilliant. I think obviously with the situation with Stephen Craney, that was quite short notice. And then I'll speak about Graham Barrow next week, who's a brilliant man, embodies everything about Wigan. We'll chat about him next week. I think with Tom and Shadab, I think they're really, what I loved, I said it in the media, is that they've vastly different experiences that I know will help our players. Tom is incredibly calm, but then what the players might not see is that actually he's got a brilliant work ethic, very passionate about coaching. He's been at an extremely high level, Tom, for pretty much the majority of his career, so I think it's a massive bonus to have him. Really pleased to have him. And then Shadab's got a different path to get here. I've known Shadab from my work at Belgium with Roberto. We're blessed in our club. We've got some people that have got an unbelievable work ethic. I don't think anyone will better Shadab in terms of that side of things. He's had to work extremely hard to get to the position that he's in, and I want him to keep going. So both of them have been, in their own way, been such a big bonus for us. So I appreciate their work, and what I love as well is they keep pushing, keep asking questions. There's certain areas of our team we have to improve on last year, defensively and how aggressive we are without the ball. So these two guys have to keep pushing the players, keep pushing other coaching members of the coaching staff to try and be as aggressive as we can. And I think that'll evolve throughout the season as well.
You mentioned the ownership group, and you mentioned Lucas has been here for a few days as well, and that's great to see, isn't it? The ownership group really invested and to back us again and to give us the opportunity to come back here again.
It is, yeah. I know. I really like our ownership group. I'm sure the fans. You see other clubs, and I don't think there's a right or wrong. Some are real vocal, and you hear from them really often publicly. Ours they do things quite quietly, in a really humble way, but they're constantly working for us. I'm really glad Lucas made it out. I know he has a really busy schedule this summer. I think it's really important for our players. And yeah, it's the same. What we mentioned about recruitment there, that's why Lucas is here. We're constantly having meetings, and Lucas is a big part of that. Again, I speak about some of our coaches, our players' work ethic. Yeah, our ownership of the same thing. Building this club back up has not been easy from where we started, and we're at the very beginning of that journey, and the hard work that they put in has sort of allowed us to be in places like this, allowed us to sort of have a stable season last year, and it will allow us to hopefully improve on that position this year.
And finally, our first pre-season game against Accrington Stanley just around the corner, and another great opportunity to build for the season ahead. Yeah,
they're the best parts. I think we'll try and put all the sort of foundations and sort of principles we have here, and a big part of that has to be the culture of outworking any team this season. There will be teams that will have far bigger budgets than us, but that won't stop us trying to actually outwork any team this season. And it's in these friendlies that it's the best part. It's the best part. This is where you see opponents that will try and hurt us. These 11v11s we have here, I want them as tense as possible. But there's always that 5% that will improve or become even more intense when we play Accrington and every other friendly, because the opponents that we play, they have their ambitions and hopes this season, and they'll be trying to take, and it's the same in the league, they try and take it away from us. So I really enjoy the friendlies. I think I want to see a certain side to us this year before the season starts that I don't ever want to lose.